معكم محمد صيام واليوم
مرحبا معكم رياض حتى نحكي عن أجدد.
Hi, this is Jane. Today we're gonna.
Hi, my name is Albert and I'm
Hi, this is Sartor from
Hi everyone, I'm
Hello everyone, this is Miljan from MediaCast.
Hey
Today
everyone,
I'm gonna show
my
you
name
guys.
is Ram. Welcome everyone.
Once again, welcome to another session of the MediaCast Virtual Summit. My name is Ram, Marketing Manager for MediaCast over here at MediaCast, and I will be joining you within the next 40 to 45 minutes on this session. Now, if this is your first time to join this session, I'd like to reach out to you and welcome you on board. I'm glad that you have joined us. I hope you'll find this session as meaningful as you've expected it to be. And if this is not your first session and you've been with us in the previous sessions as well, I'd like to thank you for your continued support and continuing to join us in this session. Now, our topic for this session is very interesting and relevant for all those involved in production and content creation. That's because in today's world of 4K, 8K, and 12K, what you need are tools and equipment that are reliable, sturdy, and can handle a wide array of workflow requirements. Now, one such tool that you need is storage media. You need to be able to have an arsenal of storage media that you can trust to never fail you in any production conditions, whether you're doing an outdoor shot, an indoor shot in a studio, or anything in between. And this is why I'd like to welcome to the session Roman, CEO of Angelbird Technologies. How are you today, Roman?
Hi Ram, I'm good. How are you? Hello to Dubai.
I'm good. Yes, well, the Middle East welcomes you virtually. So I'm glad to have you on board. Thank you for taking the time to join us. I hope you are well.
Yes, I'm well. My team is well, and we are very positive in these hard times. But we are very positive.
That's excellent to hear. Now, I'd like to get on with it. Now, Angelbird has been carving out a reputation in this world of storage media, and I'm really excited about it, even though other people who's watching now may feel like I'm being geeky about the storage. But there's a reason why, and maybe they'll find out later as well. Could you introduce Angelbird, the company, to the audience in the Middle East?
Yes, of course. So I'll make it quick. We are an Austrian-based company focusing on storage media for the pro-creative workflow, based in the most western part of Austria, next to Switzerland, Germany, and Liechtenstein. We founded the company many years ago now. Actually, we are going into the 10th year with success, and founded by Mark Pustians, who is my co-founder and also CTO, and with me, myself as CEO. We are pushing all these technology parts to the max, and that's what we are doing, and that's where we are based. So Austria, not Australia. No kangaroos, we have Mozart. So, is there something hanging, or do I miss anything?
Yeah, so I was just saying that, so Austria, not Australia, right? You're in the region between Germany and Switzerland, as you've said. Is that correct?
Yes, we are in the middle, in the heart of Europe. So Switzerland, Zurich, and Munich is very close to us. That's where we are based, and it's like a Silicon Valley of Europe.
That's awesome to hear. Now, you said you've been in the industry for 10 years now, and while you guys do storage media, I'd like to hear more about your philosophy, towards your overall philosophy in your organization that is seen in every product that you release. Can you tell me what you guys really do?
Mm-hmm. So I think that the most important to know is that we do the things and the products because of our own needs, and that's also how Angelbird started. And so it's a completely different approach than what the rest in the world is working for. We are not targeting to have the biggest market share. We are targeting to get the best product to our users. So this is the reason also why we are in control of the developing of the hardware, of the developing of the software, of the manufacturing, of the building, of the whole chain. And I think you already said it in the intro. It's about safety. It's about giving the best tools to the pro creatives ones, because the moment you capture, you should not lose it. It's a unique moment. And that's what we try to capture and take care of the best as we can. Even if it would come to a point of a failure, which can always happen, we're in a technology part, it can be the camera, it can be the actor, it can be the storage, whatever. Everything in this chain could fail, but also if something would fail, we are there and help to support, to rescue the data on a hardware level, on a software level. So it's not only doing the product and giving it to the user and he can play with it. No, we are also there after the whole process has happened, or in the case of an unexpected failure. So we are there and try to support. And yes, that's the reason why we are in control of this whole chain, because so many parts, so many things flowing together. We are working with the camera manufacturers that everything is compatible, or as compatible as possible, so that you have a really fluent workflow. And if you talk also about the workflow, that's what we try to do. So we want to give the tools to our users from the shooting to the editing, to the offloading, to the final master. So the whole entire process we can capture and cover, so that the user has a confidence. And in the end of the day, we are happy if the user completely forgets about us, because then he's confident that his products are working as they should.
Right. So I love what you said there. You said you're more focused on bringing the best product to the users. That means you're not as interested in mass production as making sure that the best product is out there. And I think that's what differentiates Angelbird from other storage media out there, and it shows in the product actually. I was looking earlier at the probably the most advanced camera out there right now, the Blackmagic Design Ursa Mini Pro 12K, and I see that in the list of certified storage media, Angelbird dominates the list across the board. So congratulations to you, and the philosophy that you really have instilled in the organization is being shown in the products that you put out. So go ahead.
Thank you for that. And I just want to add on that. Yes, the camera manufacturer, they also drive us, they push us to the max. And actually, once we say and we think, okay, now we reached it, we have the highest performance, we have the most stable performance, the new camera comes out and tops it. And now with the latest release of the 12K, that's something, which takes a lot of effort to fulfill the needs.
That's probably pushing you guys engineering-wise, and that's awesome. For these kinds of equipment, for these kinds of camera, as you've said, you don't want to lose any moment. What you want to be able to get is what you've recorded, and you want to be able to trust the storage media that you have, and making sure that an organization such as yours puts out these storage mediums to make sure that these storage are designed to handle the requirements of these cameras are awesome. I could also see in your product line, before we go to the specifics, that you believe that each storage, there's a specific storage requirement for specific cameras, and that's why you've got this match packs going on. Is that correct? You're building storage for different types of cameras.
Yes, you nailed it actually. It's a specific storage for that camera. As you know yourself, so many cameras out there, so many needs. We're talking about HD recording, 4K recording, Cinema DNG, all the ProRes and all the codecs. So everything has completely different needs. And this is where we jump in and try to provide the perfect storage for that camera. now lately, what happened in the storage also, it's not only internally, it's not only SD cards anymore. We are talking about SD, micro SD, CFast, 2.5-inch, but now also cameras started to record on external medias. And external media was never intended to be used on a camera as a storage media. So a lot of things happened out there. We have followed this market very close. We with our PKT lineup, we were always there and said the PKTs are used or should be used for the procreative workflow, so for offloading data. So also there important was the sustained performance for the computer workflow. But now, since I think Blackmagic was one of the first ones and the major ones who started this external recording, we are in a completely new game, with new challenges. So it expanded the way on how you record your content, and in the end of the day also how you offload it. If you go back 2-3 years, it was you had your storage in the camera, you took it out, you put it on a reader. Now it's you record directly on the media, you take it off, connect it, plug it to your laptop and start editing. So a full entire offload process completely disappeared, and it's very exciting and what has happened on that side. So we also in new developments for there, and let's see what's going to happen in the end of the day. Also because new technologies, new interfaces came up, let's say the CF Express, which we will talk later about it.
Excellent. So yeah, so that's a very interesting concept, and so glad to see the Blackmagic design on your on the slide right there. Now let's go to the product line of Angelbird. Can you talk about the product line of Angelbird and what type of storage you have and for which cameras and so on?
Yes, so in general, our lineup covers the most interfaces which are needed from the market. If we start from the smallest product in physical form factor is the micro SD, which you need for action cameras, for drones. Then SD cards, V60, V90. Also there we are not on that mass market where you use an SD card only for taking pictures on let's say on a hobbyist camera. That's not our client base. But micro SD, SD cards, then we have CFast cards, we have the portable SSDs, we have CF Express. We have also recording media, let's say, for example, 2.5-inch for the HyperDex, for the camera in-body recording on 2.5-inch. Then we have internal drives for a workstation, the AV Pro XT lineup, and we have some accessories and card readers, of course. So this is what and why I meant before, we try to be there for the pro-creative person from shooting till the final master.
Awesome. So you have also, I've seen, I'd like to go through the products one by one, because you've mentioned to me that now the storage game is so different, especially with external recorders. And you've introduced specific SSDs for recording, specifically for video production, for video recording. Can you tell more about what's so special about the SSDs that you guys have?
Yeah, in general, it's always about the sustained high performance writing. That's what we take care of. So it's a completely different business than the IT business. In the IT business, for computer games, for office work, it's most important that you can read as fast as possible. The boot time has to be very short. The opening time of applications has to be very short. That's completely different to our products. For us, it's most important that we have a sustained performance from the first bit of the card till the last bit of the card, because we don't know, is it a single shot, is it a 2 minutes recording, or is it a recording of a concert which probably takes 2-3 hours and fills up the entire card. We have to be there and ensure that no frame drops or any interruptions will happen. So our biggest goal is to supply the sustained performance, and that's for all of our products. MicroSD, SD, CFast, CF Express, and also 2.5 inch. So there, this is the first what we have to cover. The second is that we have a really durable product. That means we have to be taking account that there is temperature, there is plus temperature, there is minus temperature, there is power loss. That means the battery of the camera can lose the power, and what happens in that case. So we have to also act on these things. On a PC side, it's a completely different story. And then also the durability of the product itself. So what can we do there? We have a lot of measurements in regards of the SMT, so on how we handle the components, how we fix them to the PCBs, how we treat them, and in the end of the day also on the housing. Is it just a plastic housing, or is it a aluminum housing from our side? Is it die casted? Is it CNC worked? How is the temperature getting dissipated to the housing, and so on and so on. So we invest in a lot of developments in features which are typically needed for these procreative tasks. As you know, we do specific storage for the camera manufacturers, the leading camera manufacturers out there, and there are different needs. So we on one side, it's on set, where everything is very much controlled, where also there is a lot of backup. On the other side, you are in the field, you are on action. It's a high temperature, as I said, or a low temperature. So there are so many effects or aspects counting into what we have to cover technically wise. Yeah, that's a big challenge, and I think we do a good job on that.
It now I start to realize that there's a lot to consider in terms of designing and crafting storage media for the purpose of media production. You know, it's quite different from the traditional storage, is what you've said. You can't just account for the read and write speed. You've got to account for the sustained speed of the hard drive, and then, as you've said, you've got to account for, as it's been used in a wide array of environments, it has to be to handle different types of temperatures, and it has to be durable as it's being moved around. It has to be portable, and I see that there's a lot of effort in being able to craft, storage specifically for these types of situations. Now, I understand that apart from the storage, that's not the whole thing, because once you have the storage with you, and you now have the challenge of transferring it to your editing machine, for instance. And I think that you also are looking at, and also to make sure that when you're out there recording, your external SSD, for instance, will be pretty stable and just won't get disconnected, as you're doing the recording. I think that is essential, especially if you're doing shooting footage that has a lot of movement. Now, can you tell me about what Angelbird has in terms of looking at these other aspects, such as securing the storage to the cameras, as well as transferring the data over to your editing machine as quickly as possible?
Mm-hmm. Yes, you named something which is very personal to me, fixing the storage. I just want to make a quick history note on that. When I was acting as a musician, and I was on stage, that is years ago, I was on stage with my laptop, with my Apple Titanium book. I was very proud of it, and I had my external drive where I had my sounds on it, and I streamed to Logic EXS24. And at one point, because of the vibrations on stage, the Firewire cable at that moment, it disconnected, and so I could not play my instrument anymore. That was, of course, a very bad moment, because it was a very, very good concert, and I was acting. I said, what's happening out there? And over years and years, I had always this issue in mind, what happened there. And then we developed this Solid Connect. And that's something where we said, how can you fix a cable to external drive, to a storage drive, in this case, to the PKT drives, that you still can replace it, but it's easy to handle and it's fixed. And then we came up with the Solid Connect feature where the cable, so that the plug of the cable completely sinks into the product and gives a lot of security that it does not disconnect on its own. The Solid Connect nowadays, we don't only have it in the PKT, in our mobile drives, we also have it in our readers, implemented, and also in future developments. At the point when we developed it, we directly said, okay, we have to patent that, because how we did that, it is something which is unique. And after a few years of paying a lot to patent lawyers and so on, we also have the patent on it. But that's not the main thing. The main thing is that we have a very, very good response from the market, where people love this feature, which we have implemented, because it's very easy, but it solves the issue, and we also compatible now with Thunderbolt 3 cable design, so you can use a normal USB 3 cable from us, or also a Thunderbolt 3.
I think the Solid Connect is a very unique product feature that's only available on Angelbird storage. Is that correct?
Yes, that's true. That's true. We are very proud of it.
And I like your example. Can you imagine if you're working on a live event and then the storage just disconnects, and if it's firewire, it's very difficult to connect again and get back to the work that you're doing. So it's a simple solution, but quite innovative if you think about it. So I'm glad to know that it's already available in Angelbird products. Now, I'd like to go over to the next question. As I've said earlier, now the challenge would be to make sure that I transfer the footage that I've got, or whatever data that I have, over to my machine for editing, for storage keeping, for archiving and whatnot. Now, you also carry a lot of card readers. Can you tell us more about the features? I think there's also something special about the card readers that you guys have.
Yeah, in regards of the card readers, it's also a feature which I want to point out, which is most important, and most people are not even aware of it, that they need that. It's write protect. As you know, nowadays modern computer systems, once you mount, so you connect an external storage media, the operation system starts to cache and categorizes, catalogs the files which are on these external storage. In this case, for us, we are talking about SD cards, CFast cards, CF Express cards. Once this is happening, the issue what you will see is that these files, these cache files, will be written to the cards, so that the OS can easily find and operate very fast. But that's a big drawback if you take out the card again, so the storage media from your reader, and put it back into the camera, that the camera cannot handle these files or drops over these, and this will end up in data loss or in recording stops, low speed, and so on and so on. This is the reason why we have implemented for all our card readers the write protect feature. It means if the system wants to write something to the card, it just can't. That's the nice thing. So we block it. Why do we need it? Easy. CFast does not have any write protect on the card. CF Express does not have any write protect on the cards, so we cannot do that. The only products which have a write protect, physical write protect, are SD cards, but also no micro SD cards. And also, if you go to another storage manufacturer like the Sony TUF, SD cards, they also don't have any write protect. So you can implement the write protect feature through our card readers. That's one of the most important features, and this is also the reason why we mentioned and note to our users, once also you get a new card, please make sure to format it in the camera. Don't format it on the computer, format it in the camera, and always make sure that it's cleaned and there are no files on there, and as well, especially also no cache files.
So the write protect feature really is a way to protect users against themselves. Sometimes either when during the course of transfer, you format the hard drive and then you lose the data on the other end. So the write protect feature is really again a nifty feature that will help maintain stability and protect your footage, protect your data for that matter.
Exactly. That's completely right.
So now I'd like to go. You've mentioned something as well. So you've mentioned CF Express, and I think this is something that is quite new from Angelbird. Can you talk more about the CF Express that you have, and what makes it again special in terms of media production?
Yeah, CF Express is the new kid on the block of technology for storage. I personally think it's a very good medium because it's very durable. It has high speeds. It's driven on PCIe, NVMe, and is with 2 lanes. That means we can really achieve good speeds on there. It has a nice form factor, so you not like a micro SD, which you can easily lose. So it still has a nice form factor. And we introduced this in the middle of the year, and we started to ship in mass since a few weeks, and very proud on our solution because we worked very, very hard on that. We are able to achieve currently up to 2 terabyte of storage capacity. I mean, with these modern cameras, you need that. It sounds big, but still it's only about, let's say, 50 minutes recording in 8K. We will come with 4 terabyte very soon. So we double the amount of the capacity, and we have a very high sustained write speed there as well. So with the regular drives, we have 1 gigabyte per second write speed, and where we talk about the XT drives, we have 1.48, so nearly 1.5 gigabyte per second write speed. Sustained with as least as possible power drain and as least as possible temperature generation. As I said, we were working very hard on that. We have our Y1 controller in this device. That's the heart of it, and this is the reason also why we can achieve this high speed sustained and with the low power drain and as least as possible temperature generation.
Right. That's already out in the market. Is that correct? The 2 terabyte is out in the market, and pretty soon we'll be getting the 4 terabyte.
Yes, exactly. So all of the CF Express cards from 256 to 2 terabyte on the regular ones, and on the XTs from 330 up to 660 will follow up with 1.32 terabytes, also with the introduction of the 4 terabyte.
Now, you have, I would like to also go with your partnerships. You could see that in the products that you're offering. You offer match packs for, I think, the major camera manufacturers out there, from Arri, Atomos, Blackmagic Design. We have Canon and Fujifilm, and Nikon and Panasonic, and so on and so forth. Can you talk about the synergy that you have with these partnerships that enable you to come out with solutions, with storage solutions that are customized to the products that they also release?
Yeah, it's from the root, it's very important to have these relationships because the camera and the storage, they have to work together very well. It's like a marriage. Also the man and the woman, they have to work together very well, that the whole thing is successful. So as more information we gain from the camera manufacturer, as better we can adjust our storage, that it is a perfect fit. And that's also the reason why we introduce match packs. It makes it easy also for the customer to find the right storage, but also to get the storage which is optimized and best performing for that camera. As you know, there are different cameras on the market. If we talk about the original pocket cinema camera, and if I would go and offer now a V90 or whatever SD cards for this camera, it would be an overkill. The same goes also with the other cameras. So we have to make sure to give the best and most compatible solution into these match packs, so that the customer has what he really needs to start off directly. Because what we don't want is that the customer, in the end of the day, has his new baby, his new camera, inserts the storage, and then it says not working, or it just disappears, or the data is lost. So this is the reason why we have these partnerships. We work very close. We share the information. What we think. We receive the information from the camera manufacturers, and that's a very nice and needed synergy that we can provide these storage to the end user.
That's amazing. That's exciting. So all of these match packs are available and could be found over at your website and also at ours. And you're right in saying, you've said something also that it's also part of the philosophy, right? You're just not out there to give the most expensive storage out there to every user. What you're looking at is for a storage that is tailor-made to the requirements of each specific individual. And so you won't be offering a super high-end storage to someone who has lower requirements. And in fact, you've made something available for these, and that's why you've got the match packs available.
Exactly, that's how it is. We often get the question, so why is this match pack more affordable for that camera than if I buy the single cards? Yes, because probably it's a completely different product there. The CFast card is not a CFast card, it's not always the exact same. But if a camera does not require these high speeds, why should we charge the user more money to get something which he does not need? Of course, a reserve, a backup is always good, but if the camera just cannot do more, it's waste of money in the end of the day. Rather give the user the chance to get a new glass or a new bag or whatever for his work than sucking out the money. It's our philosophy. But in the end of the day, also for us, it's important that the user knows we are not there. We don't want to dominate the market. We are specialized. We are not an OEM company. We are not a major player in this market. We have our niche, and this niche market we try to fulfill and give the very best products out there to the user what he deserves.
I absolutely love that, and I agree. And now you mentioned you are of a specific niche, and therefore these things, you value the feedback from the community very much, and you're not out for market domination, and what you want is for a product that really caters to a specific community, and therefore you have methods and ways to take care of the community, not just from choosing the right storage, designing the right storage and crafting it based on specific requirements, but also on the after sales service. You don't leave customers behind, just because they got an Angelbird storage. You don't leave them in the dust, and you still continue to find ways to help them. I'd like to ask you something about what we've mentioned in our previous conversations as well. You assist, in case, because let's assume that the storage is well crafted, it's robust, but sometimes things happen, and sometimes not from the device, but also sometimes from the users. These storage go anywhere. They go really to different places, and sometimes they get damaged. But you don't, as I've said, you take care of the community, and you offer this service, after sales service, that I think is pretty unique. And if I hear it, if I'm a content creator, or I'm into production, and I place a lot of value in the assets that I have. If I consider the assets that I managed to acquire through the storage to be really valuable, then this is something that sounds very, special and attractive as far as Angelbird is concerned. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, the service is for us one of the biggest time-consuming parts of the whole work. But it's also one point where we learn a lot, also from the users, from the experiences out there, and what we can bring to the table. I think it's outstanding. We help our users on defect cards if they break. because what we have seen is a lot. We recently had a case where really someone drove over with a car over storage, so it was an entire bag, and it was a CFast card. It was defect. We were able to work out the data or take out the data by us disassembling the entire card in the NAND flash. But that takes a lot of effort. Of course, we cannot guarantee, but we have a very, very high success on data recovery. Also, Blackmagic users intend to format the cards in the camera, and it's mostly the wrong card which they format, and then the content is off. Also there we help to do the data recovery. Even if it has been formatted, we are very successful to rescue the data. So from a physical damage to a software damage or loss, we are there, and it's completely free of charge. And that's for the lifetime of that storage media, which I think that is, it's unbeatable service which we offer. And but we see that it pays off, and we are happy. We are always happy if our team has a success, because I know it. Then they come and knock my door and say, "Hey, we have reached it. We have got the data out after 3 days of hard work," and that's also success. And this plays into the team. What we have, we are a team working together, and we are not driven by numbers where shareholders say, "Oh, we have to reach these numbers and these numbers." We are driven by ourselves and by our own success.
Yes, and I could see that, because a lot of the features that you put in your product are based on your own experiences. In fact, you've got anecdotes for each of the features that you've discussed, and you know, it just comes from a place of experience, and therefore you put a lot of care, because again, you engineer them based on how you feel you would need them and how you would need to use them, and I think that's very important. So I think we've reached, you know, everything that I've got, questions that I need to ask from you, and I think we've given the Middle East market a very wonderful introduction, once again, for those who haven't yet met Angelbird. So is there anything else you would like to share with our audience right now?
Yeah, the only thing currently, of course, health. I want to share. Thank God we are healthy, our team is healthy, and it shall stay like that. What I want to share is, don't be shy. If you have questions, please just contact us. We try to help you out. We know it's work, but we take this workload to make you happy as customer. And share the creativity. As long there's creativity out there, we are happy, and as long the creativity is good, we are happy to develop products. And currently, what is happening in the market, I see there's so many opportunities. Is it about still image? Is it about video creation? Is it about audio? And let's see what comes next. It's definitely challenging, and we try our best and have fun developing products.
Exactly. We're glad to have you on board with us here over at MediaCast. Roman, before we say goodbye, I do believe that we have a video that's coming up. Can you tell us what you would want us to see in the video?
Yeah, in the video, what we do from time to time is a production video. What you see in the video is actually the SMT part of the dual card SD reader, which is in the market since a few months now, very successful product. And what I actually want to say is, we are in control. We really check every single product. We make sure that the components are right. We are in the process from A to Z. And again, it's not only doing a product, but it's also a lot of after-sales support, which also counts in here into a production. Everything has to flow back into the product, and it's on a lot of experience. The experience we gain a lot from our users, from the use cases out there, and from the feedback.
An organization that is very close to the community. That's Angelbird to me right now. Roman, before we play the video, I'd like to thank you for joining us for this session. I hope that you were able to, be able to share a lot based on what your expectations are to this session. And to those who are watching right now, I hope, again, what Roman has said, feel free if you've got any questions, just throw it right to us, and we'll make sure that we'll reach out to you. Roman, thank you once again, and I hope to see you, not just virtually, but also physically here in the Middle East. I'll show you around the UAE.
Yeah, thank you for making the time and having me in this show. I appreciate very much, and yeah, let's hope it will come soon that I will be able to visit you in person again to share one or other new products, some new ideas, and yeah, thank you for the support from the entire MediaCast team. I think you make a really excellent job, and on camera, I like to say thank you for all your support on that as well.
Thank you very much, Roman. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Roman, CEO of Angelbird Technologies. Now we'll be playing this final video that Roman has wanted to show us, and then we'll head back to the main studio. Thank you so much once again, and see you in the succeeding sessions. Ciao.